Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Blooming from Broken. My name is Yasmin, and I have my amazing partner with me, Jasmine. And we are here to discuss seeking God first in all things. We just here to give you real life experience and real life testimonies. That's what we are here for today. So I'm gonna go ahead and introduce myself. Again, my name is Yasmin. I am from originally from Louisiana. I am a correctional officer as well, and my goal is, just to come on here and talk. Like I said, real life experience and real life testimonies to everyone. And I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Jasmine.
That was good. My name is Jasmine. I am a mother, a partner, and I'm currently being called by my partner who knows
Oh.
I'm recording. That right there. That's my life right there.
Okay. All right. So it's so much is on my mind right now that I want to discuss and talk about with everyone. So yeah, the seeking God first in all things. It's like I feel like I was going through that today. I feel like I was going through that today, and we're gonna go over some questions that kind of hit my mind, and hit others, and also Jasmine that we discussed about. So, so Jazz, like, what does it mean like to you for as in Matthew 6:25 through 34? What do you think that means to you?
To me, it means like taking a break and pausing. I feel like a
Mhm.
lot of times things happen and we go like straight to fight or flight instead of
Mhm.
like really taking a moment to breathe and like take it to God first. And I think
Yeah.
that's exactly what scripture is saying. Like,
Mhm.
God knows it all. Just take it to Him.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And you know what? I think we should just go ahead and read that scripture so everyone know exactly what we are talking about when we say seeking God first in all things.
Okay. So Matthew 6 and 33 states, "But seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be provided to you. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has its own trouble of its own."
Mm, wow. Wow, wow. So from for me, what I feel like what it means to me, I'm gonna just go ahead and talk about it. I'm just go ahead and talk about it. So I'm like struggling so much with weight loss. I'm struggling with. I used to struggle with what people would think about me, what people would say about me, and that was just the biggest my biggest problem, and I just used to just worry so much and just be so stressed out. And that was me again today. I went into the gym and I was just done. I just walked out. I did my little workout. I probably did like maybe 15 to 20 minutes. I normally stay for like 45 to an hour. But this time it just I wasn't feeling it. And I'm like, I kind of just wanted to give up in that moment. And so I felt like I had to take a breather and like, you know what, let me just take a breather and let me discuss this within myself. And usually I'll go to God about it, but I was just like, you know what, I just need to compress and think about what I need for myself. So I went
Mhm.
to Chipotle. I sat there, ate, and I went and started planning. I said, because how are you going to try to lose weight, but you're not planning? You're not
Right.
planning. So, what it means to me, that's what I feel like it means to me. Basically, what you were saying in your scripture is about don't worry. God's going to take care of you,
Mhm.
and that's what He do. As I can just say, like, as much as I have been in this world, and I'm very thankful, God has always taken care of me far as my problems and my worries. So that's what that means to me.
I like that.
Mm.
It goes hand in hand. It like literally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And to kind of like piggyback off of what you were saying, a lot of the times, that comes with knowing God's character too.
Mhm. Mhm.
I think a lot of us don't know who God really is, so we don't really think that it's needed to really go to Him
Mhm.
first. We'll lean more on our
Yes.
own understanding because we think we know ourselves, but
Mhm.
we don't really know everything about ourselves or like what God actually has planned in that moment for you.
Yes, yes. And then and let's say this too. God put us on a test all the time. It's always a
Hmm.
test, always a test. And I be having to tell myself, look, you know you don't need that cookie. You know you don't need that cookie. And it be that flesh that be trying to just girl, and that's just me. That's definitely me. Like
And then get to
I
bargaining.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yes, like oh, I know I don't need this cookie, but oh Lord, so it always be a test, always be a test, and it's like believe it or not, that's something that we can control, but it's a mind thing. It's definitely a mind thing, and
It
that's what I
really
hate within myself. But we just have to what's the word, we just have to take our time and take it a day by day and just don't worry about our problems because God gonna always take care of our problems.
is.
And that's so easy said and done. And
Hmm.
we know that life be lifing, okay? Life be definitely lifing. So what do you think, like how can we like move forward with this, like with the knowledge that we do know from seeking God first?
Mm, I think placing reminders around you
Mm-hmm.
that helps. For me, it helps. I literally have God is greater than my eyes and lows tattooed on me. So whenever I'm like really in a, I just look at
Mm-hmm.
because it's like right here.
It's crazy because I do that all the time, and then like it works for that minute, and then it don't work for me after that. Like I don't know why it just don't work for me for some reason. Like I be so motivated, like okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and then next thing you know, it's like the consistent is not there no more. It's just not there. I don't know. I be struggling. I be struggling.
I don't know. I feel like it's a part of the journey. Like the
Hmm.
Israelites could have made it to the promised land literally in like
Yeah.
a short amount of time, but it took them 40 years because they had to learn. They had
Hmm.
to build faith and all
Hmm.
the things. So I mean, it's a part of the journey.
Yeah. And
Just really have to get yourself up
what
for.
and like what works for you may not work for me, so
Mm-hmm.
that's all the time. See, with me, what works for me is, oh Lord, I gotta think about it. I gotta think about it because I don't
That's
um
the point, though. That's perfect. You don't have to
yeah.
think about it. You just gotta pray
Hmm. Oh, that, and and that's what I wanted to talk about as well. Like, I know a lot of people, they pray, they talk to God about it, and it works. I do it all the time. I talk to God all the time, like, God, this is going on, what I'm gonna do. I ain't gonna question it, but I know it's gonna come when it come on your timing.
about
So shoot, that's what I always think about. And I want to say another thing with me. Hmm. Ooh. Hmm. I'm really thinking about that because it's like I always write. I plan. I can say that I will plan on what I'm going to do, but it's like I'm not consistent. I'm not consistent with it. So that's something that I have to work with within. So, ooh. Mm-mm.
it. I think if I'm thinking with my thinker, it might be a reason behind it. Cause like we can plan stuff and gotta be like, but I got this for you at like 3 o'clock.
Mm.
And so
Oh
that
yeah.
contribute to the consistency. But
Yes.
I feel like you gotta kind of leave room for stuff like that when you plan. Like
You're right. You're right. See, you talking to me. You talking. You talking to me now. You right.
and
We always
myself,
be
I
trying to
just
plan
stopped
for
planning.
us. We
Mm-hmm.
always trying to plan for us, but God always has something planned. He always has something planned that we not even expecting. And when it happens, we like, oh, whoa, I was not expecting for that to happen. I was not expecting that. So yeah, and what I want to throw out there, and we already had said this, but yeah, we can replace worry with prayer for sure. We can replace that with prayer. And like I said, it's so easy said and done, but if we just put all our faith into God, it's that will God gonna do a whole 360, a whole 360 anyway. So
Thanks.
and trust the progress, and that's for me. Trusting it, trusting it. That's me.
Like for example, this morning I was like 10 minutes early for work. I was sitting there from my computer and I was like, oh, I got time to kind of play around.
Hmm.
And the Lord was like, try to log in.
Like no. Mm-mm.
Like, give it a chance.
Yeah.
I tried and it just was not working. And my first instinct was go ahead and cry. You lost your job because you about to be late. They gonna fire you. And I had to
Mm-hmm.
control my brain. I was like, God saw my beginning and my end, and it was fine with him. So whatever this result in, I'm gonna be straight.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
got me here. He gonna get me through it. And I was just listening, and everything God told me to do, it like literally worked. I was like
Mm.
30 minutes late, but my manager was like, "Okay, just go ahead. We need you."
Yeah, just go ahead and come on in. Oh Lord, speaking of jobs, we trying to push that, because we going through it with these jobs. But I'm forever grateful for it. I'm forever grateful for it. I had this thing on my mind, and it's like it just been sitting there. It really have been sitting there. Um, what are like some signs? And this I'm gonna ask this question for myself. Like, what are some signs that God is directing our steps? Like, I'm just really thinking about that. I don't know. I don't know. I'm really thinking about that for as the signs. You know what? Sometimes you could be driving and there could be a sign.
Facts.
You could be driving and there is a sign for sure. For sure, for sure. Or like, people like you could be just talking to a friend, like, okay, like at work. I had just got my bachelor's degree, and so that's exciting. And so me and the sergeant, like I met him, but we haven't like had words or nothing like that. So we finally like this like started talking, and so I told him, I was like, yeah, I got my bachelor's degree, blah, blah, blah. He was like, wait a minute, that you can get a pay raise by having your bachelor's degree. And I'm like, what? I didn't know
Hold on
that.
one minute.
So it's like when you talk to people and stuff like that, sometimes it's meant to be. It's
Mm-hmm.
meant to be. I'm like, God brought you in here for a reason, okay? For me
Right.
to find out about that.
That's
So
true.
yeah, so he would definitely show y'all signs for sure, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So what keeps us from seeking God first? What do you think?
I really think it's the mind, like us leaning on our own understanding,
Hmm.
for real.
Yeah, fear, definitely
Mm-hmm.
fear.
And comfort. Like I can get so comfortable saying, "Oh, you know what? Let me call my friend right quick. Let me call
Yeah,
my. Let me.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
easy. Let me call such and such because they gotta hear this."
yeah. And and I'm glad that you say that, because it's like sometimes we even have to be careful who we speak to
Mm,
about it, because we don't know what that person could be thinking of us, you
mm-mm.
know. And I had always had that problem. I would talk to people, tell them my problems and stuff like that, and it just always come back when there's an argument or when there is something. So I feel like in the mix of that, we are so scared to come to God first about it.
Mhm.
And it's not even being scared, it's just we feel like that we can do it ourselves, and
Right.
that's not always like that. We feel like we can do it ourselves. And distractions. social media,
Mm.
work, relationships. It's just
It
and
goes on and on.
mhm. And
It's
I
so
can
many.
speak on social media like that, like this, the whole thing with the little boy that went to prison because he stabbed the other guy, the other boy. I think it was at school or a track meet. I can't remember where
Hmm.
it was at, but I have to get off of that. Like it was just messing with my mental. It was just messing with me because it was like, everybody have like their own opinions about what happened. And it's just like that stuff like that worries me. And sometimes you have to remove yourself from social media. You have to remove yourself because if you don't remove yourself, and I'm like one of those, I have to get off of social media at least for a few weeks or at least a month or shoot. Sometimes I can go like
Yeah,
three or 4 months without social media because it's so negative.
it is.
It's so
It
negative.
really is.
It
And
is
it
so
doesn't matter
negative.
who you follow, somehow, some way, something negative is going to end up in your algorithm. And then
Hmm.
it's like if you don't block it, it's like a weed that's in the garden. It's just gonna keep growing. So yeah,
Hmm.
I have to get off sometimes too.
Yeah, because it puts you in a situation that you just like, oh, this is just too much. And then it's like, with work is our distraction too.
Hmm.
It's definitely my distraction because I go to work and I be so tired and I come home, I don't do nothing. Nothing.
Just sit on the couch.
Everything I said I was gonna do for as my goal, like right now, working out, going to the gym, I would skip that so quick and just go in my bed and lay down. Like,
Hmm.
nope, I'm not
Like,
doing it. And relationships is distractions, and y'all, we're gonna be discussing relationships really, really soon, because there are some things that I would love to share about that. So we'll be discussing that,
yeah,
Jazz, on our next podcast.
I like it.
So, but yeah, relationships is a distraction for sure.
Yeah, especially when you idolize them. And that's any
Hmm.
relationship. When you
Hmm.
idolize a relationship, you could give too much or not give enough, and
Yeah.
it cause like a total issue
Hmm.
within yourself and within a relationship. So I think
Yeah.
that's another good reason to seek God first, because a lot of the times we think we know what is needed in a relationship, and that's
Hmm.
not even what's needed. It might be something totally different.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. That's facts.
And it
That's
could be
definitely
something simple, like I know with me, I think like straight away, like, oh, they pouting, they got an attitude. It must be me. Let me check myself. And then the whole
that's
time
so
it be something totally
ah,
different.
that's so true. Cause I know I told my boyfriend, I said, do you even like me? Do you still like me? And
We
he
gotta
just
get
gave me
it
that look
together.
like, be for real. Like, are you serious? Be for real. And it be like that. It be like that.
Hmm.
But I know he still like me. But still, it's just always that mind. It's always at the mind. Yeah, that distraction. And another thing too, we be expecting fast results all the
Hmm.
time. Quick answers. And that's me. I feel like once I pray about it, all right, God, what's the answer? And that's just not how to
No, I literally just realized it probably last week. Like, no, you just planted the seed. Like, it take a whole year,
Mhm.
2 years to get some fruit from something. How you going?
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
it's
I
like
blame microwave society. We messed up.
mhm. Yeah, this society is different. It's totally different. And that's my problem. Like I be and then when he give you your answer, it's like you be want to know like is that your answer for real? Like mm, I be like, is that true? Is that the answer? And it's always be the answer. And your answer, like we were saying earlier, your answer can come from someone else, from a
Mm.
sign. You could be reading and there'll be your answer. There's so many ways that God can give you answers when you need that. So And it's
Facts.
always right. It's always on time. Always, always on time. Ooh, I want to speak
We
about
gotta
this
be
too.
careful about when we get the answer and then we
Oh,
spend all the time trying to make sure that's the answer
uh,
and then missing the whole window.
that is me. That is me. Before I went into this university school to get my bachelor's degree, I was so nervous. I was so nervous about it. I was like, man, I don't know if this is gonna be the end. Mm-mm. And then my mama, she was like, girl, you done prayed about this. God done showed you. Go for it. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to go for it. But I ended up going for it because any, like if anyone I like discussed to it about, they were like, go for it. Like, yeah, I think that's a good opportunity. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and go for it. And so that's
And
true. And I still do that. I still do that. I be like, let me make sure this is the right decision. Let me make sure because
mhm,
I don't know if this is right. Now, this is crazy because this is part of the question I was just saying. What keeps us from sinking God first? Comparing, comparison.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
we who the weight loss part.
Mm-hmm.
I would get on social media and I'd be like, dang, she really look good. Like she toned, she looks really good. But I never look at the fact of how long it took her to get there.
Mm-hmm.
How long it took her to get there. And that's my problem. I look at what everybody else I used to, especially when it came down to relationships, I would look at people relationships as well. Like, dang, I want something like that, you know? And but it's like we never know what that person's going through in a relationship.
Right.
We don't know how hard that this person had to make a sacrifice to lose the weight or to tone her body the way she did. So it's just
And then a lot of times we only see the ups. Like don't nobody really
mm,
show the downs
yes.
on on
Yes.
like ever.
Yes. And you know, like I said, and this go back to relationships as well. Like when I was my last relationship, it was like I wanted people to see like how happy I was. Yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I was just playing it off, but I never was happy. I was
Mm.
just showing people the ups, like everything was all good, but it wasn't. It wasn't. I just wanted people to believe that this is what was going on. So it's like when you think of relationships and you see that it's just not always. I mean, sometimes 50% of that always be true, but not all the time. It's not true.
That's true.
Hmm.
That is true.
Yeah, so that's one thing we just have to stop comparing ourselves to others, and that's so hard to say, but we have
It
to stop
is.
comparing ourselves to others because it's like you don't know what that person's going through. You don't.
Mm.
Mm.
Oh, another thing, like a thing to kind of help get away from that, because I done started working on it. When I'm scrolling on social media and I see something like, you know how they pop up, people that you might want to follow because it's like,
Yeah.
I'll go, is this something that I want or something that I could relate to so that
Mm.
I don't be heavily influenced to be something that's really not even in my spec
Yes.
in my zone, in my
Yes.
spectrum. Cause like I remember
Mhm.
last year I was following like all the crunchy moms and I ended up being one and I'm like, I don't even care about this.
She said I was, following all of them.
Like I was looking, I'm like, why in the world am I looking at somebody make cheeses? I don't want to learn how to make
Jesus.
cheeses.
Oh yeah. I have that bad. Like I'll get on TikTok and I'll be on TikTok for like hours and hours just looking at stuff like people eating. That was bad for me. I used to watch people eat all the time. I'm like, damn, it looks so good, but I stopped doing that. Oh Lord, I stopped doing
Right,
that.
because it'll get you caught up. Okay, what you
Now,
said I need?
yeah, now what I'm on now is like when they make cakes and stuff. I'm on that now, but that's probably
Mm,
not good either. But them
mm-mm.
making cakes or building something. I'm like, oh, how you do that? Or so yeah, that's mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Oof, that
I
is
get it.
bad.
I get it.
Yeah, and I feel like we should also like, trust our own strength more than, God's guidance. We should definitely,
Oh,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
yes. I was just thinking about that earlier when I was like looking over the questions and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to bring back the full thought. Like, I feel like we get selfish
Mm,
because the word tells us to do things that will bring God glory. And a lot of the times we look for things that will work out in our best interest instead of kind of being
mm,
like, does my yes in this situation bring you glory? Or
wow.
is it kind of like catering to what I feel like I need?
Mm-hmm. Oh Lord, girl, I can relate. I can definitely relate to that. Cause it's like, I'm not gonna say names, but it's like I will always put myself into situations because of me, not because of that person. I don't really care about you. I just want to make myself happy. What
Mhm,
I want is my needs, basically. I'm gonna just put it like that. My
mhm,
needs. So it's like that was very selfish, of me. And so, oh, I had to repent. I had to do all of that, confess to God that, you know what, God, I know this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. I know this is not um I know what I'm doing is wrong. I'm gonna just put it like that. I know what I'm doing is wrong, Lord, and I'm gonna come to you and say to stop it, to
mhm.
to to make it to where I don't want to be involved into it no more. And he did it just so the sniper, he did it so fast. So that's yeah,
Because he
that is
was like, yeah,
crazy.
I was just waiting on you. I was waiting on you to go. Here you
Hmm.
go.
Yeah. I was just waiting for you to tell me and confess and all that. So that is so true. Wow.
Mhm,
Trying to be I was real selfish because I was worried about me, what I want for myself, for my happiness. I didn't care about nobody else. So I'm just happy that I don't have that sense anymore. But that's true. That's true. So the part of fear, right?
mhm,
I realized that most of us we like so afraid that things won't work out, so we try to control everything ourselves. We
ooh,
try to, and
mhm,
that's me. That was me for a very long time. um so many things that I were going through, um and I felt like I could do this, I could do this, I could do this. And it's crazy because even before you do it and make that decision, God already tell you now
mhm.
that ain't gonna work
You knew
out.
better.
You you know this man wasn't for you the first time you met him. Like, come on now, be for real. But our mind make us think that, yeah,
That's it. That's
I
the one.
I know he ain't the one, but I'm going to enjoy this time while I can. That's
Mhm,
basically what it is. That's basically what it is. I'm gonna enjoy this time while I can. And it's kind of sad to even say that, but that's what we go through. Us as females, you might well say as women, that's what we go through. So
mhm.
I just had to throw that out because that was on my mind as well.
Oh, I got the kind of like a solution to that too.
Mm,
And mm, so when we're doing that as women, I think we forget that when we get married to someone or when we lay with them, we become one with them in front of God.
mm.
And it's like we gotta start with things like, so
I already know
I
what you
gotta
about to
submit
say.
to you and like do we pair
Mhm.
well together?
And oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We have a lot to say far as like relationships, and that's probably gonna be the next topic, relationships, because it's so much I want to say about that. Some things I can relate to what you're saying, and it's just crazy. It's crazy, and this is what we're here for, like to talk about. We're here for that.
Yeah.
So we kind of at our closing, and so I just wanted to read this out to y'all before we close. So Matthew 6 isn't telling us to stop caring about our future. It's teaching us not to care tomorrow's burdens today. God never asks us to control everything. He asks us to trust him. When we seek him first, we find peace for today. That he is already taking care of tomorrow. So that is the message for seeking God first in all things. And we want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for, just giving us y'all time. And we love y'all. We thank y'all so, so much. And this is not going to be the last podcast. We're going to be having more. And if you haven't seen our first podcast, we have my mom, Martha, her mom, Miss Kim, and then Yasmin and Jasmine and Makara. So we have more people. We have a big group family
Yeah.
that we gonna be discussing about all different sorts of things. So please like, subscribe. We will be posting this on our YouTube as well. Is there anything you would like to say, Jasmine, before we close?
Yes. I want to say this because I know that this is a part of social media. All
Mhm.
comments are welcome. And I say
Mm.
that because that leaves room for us to pray for you and to
Mhm.
talk to you. And if you don't have nothing to say in the comments, type 633 to let me know you read
Okay.
the message.
Okay. Well, thank you again, y'all, and y'all have a wonderful day. And we'll be back. Toodles.